welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
After 272 regular season games, 12 playoff games, one last one on the NFL calendar happens tonight as EA Sports welcomes you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, we're set for what should be a great matchup. It's the AFC champion Denver Broncos and the champions of the NFC, the Green Bay Packers. Final game of the season. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Greg, it has been a long run to get here. 2 weeks of build-up, the media day, the radio interviews. It's all over now. Finally, it's time for football, and for these players, the long wait is almost over.
Well, I can promise you one thing, Mike. Every single one of these players and coaches in their mind right now is saying the exact same thing. Let's just kick the ball off already. We're tired of talking about the game. We're tired of meetings and practice. It's been a long 2 weeks for both of these clubs. They're ready to get this thing kicked off, and let's decide the outcome of who's going to be Super Bowl champs on the field. And I know you and I, we got the best seats in the house.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
To return, it's Mims, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own
Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
You just can't imagine the emotions and the thoughts swirling around his head as he takes the field on this opening drive, Mike. I mean, you think of the journey they've been on, their regular season, that gauntlet of playoff games through the AFC playoffs, and now here they are. He's taking the field as the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he's 4 quarters away from living out his dream.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Denver first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
It's a gain of a yard.
3rd down and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's second and 2.
At the Packers' 11-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And the Broncos are going to be set up first and goal. Couldn't reach Twain, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
And that one is no good. He missed the extra point. So much for 7 to start. It is a 6-0 game. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense ready now for their second drive. They'll start out first down and 10.
Here we go. Black.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. That one caught. That's Matthew Golden. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Broncos offense ready for their second possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Play action now. It's Nix. He's got a receiver. That's Pat Bryant. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line.
First and goal, Denver.
Now it is first and goal. Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown, Denver.
Give him a second touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Lutz for the extra point. The kick is good. Broncos extend their advantage to 13-0.
Packers nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This unit hasn't been at their best early on. Punt followed by an interception on their first 2 drives. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Check White.
On play action, Love. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Jacobs, first down, trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Austin Seibert now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Packers are on the board. It's now 13-7.
Packers 7.
After the touchdown, here's Seibert to kick it away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims.
Marvin Mims on the return.
The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Throwing, Nix. That's to the left side in the hands of Bryant. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing is Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
J.K. Dobbins. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Broncos.
Here's Nix to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
This is 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll throw. It's Nix. He connects with Mims. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. So we've played a quarter here in Super Bowl 61. 13-7 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with 4th down coming up. On 4th down, here's Nix. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down.
Here we go. Hut.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Pass caught right side by Kraft. His first catch of this Super Bowl. And good for the 1st down.
That's good. First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Love to throw. This is taken in by Dobbs.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about bacon.
The Broncos offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. Exiting the pocket right. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Broncos. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard. And he's going to pick up the 1st down across midfield and down at the 49.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. To throw is Nix. This one over the middle and caught by Bryant. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak. And he will have a Broncos first down. Able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Broncos.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. That is hard, and he will score! Pat Bryant, touchdown Denver.
This is kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure, and when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity, and the quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Got it. Set. Ready.
In motion,
Ready.
Reed.
Ready.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Green Bay first down.
First down.
Quick. Yellow.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A good play action with Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
In motion, it's Golden.
60 red. Set.
Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. Without question. Something you never want to see. Especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Third down, they need 5.
Let's go now.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And on 3rd down, that ball's incomplete.
Intended for Matt.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Now it's Dobbins. Wow! And he's going to have this one up near the 28. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
17 yards. First down, Denver.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He's got it! And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. RPO, quick throw. There's Sutton. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. His first catch of this Super Bowl. And good for the first down. Back to throw is Nix. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's a run, and he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
Defense.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Let the fullback try to power it home. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's into the end zone yet again. K.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos. With that, he ties the Super Bowl record, his 3rd touchdown of the night. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good. Broncos tack on one more to their lead.
27, Packers 7.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
From the gun, it's Love. The Broncos have it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter.
at the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Throwing, Nix. He pulls it in around the 5. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal.
Ready.
A run with Dobbins. And he's got another one. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver. That's it. That's the Super Bowl record. A game to remember. His 4th touchdown of the night. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Once for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Broncos are going to extend their lead.
Packers 7. Will Lutz to kick off for
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Nixon on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. There's Matt LaFleur, head man in Green Bay as his Packers head back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Life slows you down. Your body is acting up. Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you back it up. You check about thoughts and memories that's adding on overseas.
Switch.
Love. He takes off. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a first down.
Gain of 15 yards. And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
10, ready.
They'll throw out of the gun. Flushed to his left. A big play here in the big game. 38 yards. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches, I would assume, by those head coaches as we get set for half number 2. From the 6, here comes a return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back set to go once more. And before this drive starts, let's take a look at the current race to see who's going to take home the award of NFL Most Valuable Player. Nix now on 1st and 10. Moving to his right. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds. That's a couple of yards short of the marker, and it'll bring up third down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
Almost set.
Throwing is Nix. Flush to his right. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Here's Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
2nd and 11.
Almost set.
Here's Nix to throw. There's a short one taken by Ingram. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
Almost set. Ready.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Almost set. Ready.
They'll throw. It's Nix. Open man, and that's Bryant. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 7.
At the 24-yard line.
We'll go play action with Nix. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down, Denver.
Almost set.
On the give, this is their fullback. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Gonna get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after
A
that.
gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Project this is what you want.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Almost set.
On the bootleg, it's Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Third down. And 9.
To throw is Nix. Forced to his right. And this ball incomplete on third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6.
The Packers take over.
The Packers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Love to throw. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
A gain there of 27 yards.
For a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3.
42-yard
Check
line.
pink.
From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and 2. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
You have to wonder, Mike, how are those previous mistakes he made earlier in the game still lingering in the back of his mind? You can tell he's being a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to risk throwing a 3rd interception and kind of just throws this one away.
He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing is Love. The right side, catch made by Dobbs. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
That's another.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw is Love. There's a short one caught by Kraft. And he will get into the end zone. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Seibert's extra point is true. And the Packers are able to edge a bit closer.
Packers 14.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a 1st down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw is Nix, and that's going to wind up incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
To the outside, hauled in by Sutton. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll get rid of it and complete it. 18 yards on the connection. Good for a Denver 1st down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run it with Dobbins out of the pistol. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Devontae Wyatt on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard.
So 1 quarter remains in Super Bowl 61. We are back for the 4th from New Orleans after this. Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
14. And the Broncos first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Oh, my son!
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, my son!
Now, a second down throw, and he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. Edgerrin Cooper gets him for a loss of 7, and now it's third down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long.
Oh, my son!
Straight ahead goes Harvey. And that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is fourth down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal.
A 37-yard
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's a screen now for Lloyd. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3.
At the 31
On the ground, here's the first carry for Marshawn Lloyd. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They get 21 on that one. 1st down, Packers.
Man, how nice is it to have a guy like this? He's your backup running back, but he's kind of a change of pace. He's got that home run ability, and he showed it there. That was a heck of a run.
On 1st down, right back to Lloyd. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Set, ready. Yellow, set.
From the gun, it's Love. The left side, he finds Kraft. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Love going to give it to Lloyd. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for 1st down, 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
A run on 1st and goal. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Ready, ready. Blue, ready.
On 2nd down, Love. Well, the end zone, but it's batted away. Incomplete. It was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Ready.
Love. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it 4th down.
7 yards. It's 4th down and goal.
Blue check.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
At his own 8-yard line. Two yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
On my set.
Now hand up, that's Harvey, running left. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Tackle made at his own 9-yard line.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
3rd down.
On my set. Ready. Ready.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down.
Denver.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Run with the gun, that is a run with Harvey. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. He fought through that first contact. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On my set. Ready. Ready.
A run once more, that's Harvey. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
3rd, they need 8.
3rd down.
On my set. Ready. Ready.
Again, it's Harvey. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, maybe he's counting a little bit, Mike, on this defense being in pass mode, and maybe you can catch him off guard with the run call. In this case, the defense was ready for all of it. They hold them to no gain. They're going to have to bring out the punt team.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. And the Broncos have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Well, a fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And Greg, I think we can say the best team won the title.
And you think back to the season they had, Mike, where they earned everything on the field. There was ups and downs. There was adversity. and they were such a resilient group all season long. They were battle-tested coming into the playoffs. They put it all together tonight, and they can call themselves Super Bowl champions.
Commissioner Goodell will hand the Lombardi Trophy to the Denver Broncos. They are your Super Bowl 61 champion.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. Lil Jon. Pick your me click. What's up, Boney? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time now. About that time. Turn this thing on out. Now let me see everybody do this.